Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Rachel, and I'm with the marketing team here at Compunnel Digital, and I will be in the background today hosting any of your questions. We're about to start our webinar here in just a minute. And before we start, just a couple of housekeeping things. If you have questions during the webinar, please do submit them in the GoToWebinar questions portal, and we will answer them at the end of the webinar. We will also be sending out the PowerPoint and the replay after this webinar. So if you aren't able to attend the entire presentation, we will be sending you materials after. And I see some new people jumping on here. So just to repeat, questions in GoToWebinar, and then we'll send out the replay as soon as the webinar is finished. All right, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining our webinar today on Tableau data virtualization. Srini is going to be your presenter today, and Srini Jalu is our Director of Enterprise Data and Insights at Compunnel Digital. He has over 18 years experience in the data space and has a really intimate knowledge of all data platforms and architectures. He's led a lot of data projects for Fortune 500 companies, and his expertise in the data space is really second to none. He has a very impressive depth of experience working with offshore and remote teams. So that makes him really uniquely qualified to help organizations right now in the new normal while we navigate with teams kind of all over the place. And his experience with Tableau is very impressive as well, as you are about to see. So if you're just now joining us, just to repeat one more time, questions will be answered at the end, and we will send out the replay as soon as it's available. And without further ado, I will hand this over to Srini. Srini, go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks, Rachel, for the introduction. And hi, everyone. Thanks for joining this webinar. So thanks for the introduction. Okay, so as Rachel said, I'm working as a director for Compunnel Digital, especially for the enterprise data and insights practice. Okay, so let's go to the agenda that we planned for today. Okay, so today's agenda is this, so though we are going to show the demo and all, we designed this webinar into 3 parts. The first part is the technical talk around the different kind of challenges that industries have these days, and how that challenges can be solved with the data visualization or the BI. And when you're going to start a project, how to prioritize the top business challenges which can be solved by BI. And so when you're going to deploy the entire BI solution at enterprise level, what kind of lessons learned for that, we will discuss. And then especially how to improve user adoption for BI and analytics, so that we can see and cover. And then we see the live demo, and the third part is the question and answers. With that, we are going to go, we are good with that. So let's begin the actual planned agenda for today. Well, so hope you are able to see my screen and the deck. So here I mentioned recognized any of these challenges. Okay, so as we are in the industry, in the service and development and implementation, consulting, advisory, so we come across these kind of challenges from our clients and customers. And of course, being a expertise, we also faced and having these kind of challenges with us. Let us see one by one what are these challenges. Maybe you can correlate with your company's organization challenges with these challenges as well. Okay, so most of the times what we observed, users spend more time looking for data than they do analyzing it. So what does it mean? So most of the times what will happen in any organization, simply users will try to find out the data again and again because they don't have the right place to find it out. They might not have a BI or the data visualization solution as a single platform. So because of that, so users will search always about the data. So this kind of problem can be solved by data visualization or a BI kind of solution. And the next challenge is how to identify specific users. And maybe the first challenge is a category of there is no BI solution in within the organization. And the second category is here, organizations wants to implement the BI or data visualization solution, but at the same time they don't know how to identify specific users or the LOB or the department for BI in their organization and address their needs. That is one more challenge. And the next challenge is how to prioritize the business challenges, especially that can be solved with data visualization. For take an example, any of the company, there are a few hundred of business challenges will be there. So how to categorize and how to prioritize that challenges which can be solved especially by data visualization solution. So that is one more challenge for the most of the organizations these days. And of course, once you build the solution, most of the people or companies are facing the challenge while deploying analytics solution across the enterprise. So what does it mean? So sometimes what the organization will plan, they will build this solution for entire organization, they will deploy. So with that aspect and approach, what kind of challenges they will face and how to educate users, so this is one more challenge for some of the organizations. This is after implementation. Once you done the implementation part, they don't know how to educate users and increase the adoption rates of your data visualization solution. This is the most common problem everywhere. They will spend even few $1 million of the money on their data visualization solution or the data warehouse or the BI, these kind of solutions. But end of the day, if the customers or their end users is not ready to use that solution, so that is no of use. There is no use for that. So that kind of problems also many of the companies are facing these days. And the last one is no way of tracking usage of BI and analytics assets. What I mean here, most of the companies, they don't have a mechanism to track the usage of the BI application or the reports. If they know, okay, so these are the reports most visited or most used, or that these are the users, maybe these are the department or LOB people are most consuming the reports or the using the dashboards, so that kind of metrics will help to prioritize next time. So what is their problem or what is their need, what is their usage, and how we can better their preferences. So this is one more challenges also for the company. I'm pretty much sure, maybe if you look at and observe these challenges closely, maybe you also might have the similar kind of challenges or problems at your company. So let us see how to identify these problems and how to solve that with the data visualization. And especially, as I mentioned within this slide, how to identify specific users for BI. So this is the continuation to that. For business intelligence users you will encounter in any company. For example, if you look at any organization, these are the four different groups of the people or the different community within the organization, will be the end users or the business intelligence users or the data visualization solution users. Who are they? The first one is the data analyst, and then executive boards, and then business users and the IT team. So if you look at this data analyst, how they will interact with this BI solution, they want to drill deep down into data. If they have a single place where they can see the data and understand, it's better. And looking for fresh insights also, and they want to identifying patterns and the relations, and creating reports and dashboards. The data analyst job will be much easier with this BI solution. That community also one of the user group for the BI. And the executive team, so who are all the executive team? Maybe company CEO or CIO, or maybe a CTO, any vice presidents, or maybe any board members. So what they want to see by using this BI solution or the visualization solution, they want to track the business growth, how their business is doing, maybe particular region wise, particular branch wise, particular product wise, maybe different geographical level. So they want to measure their business growth. So for that they can use it. And then innovation, how innovative their thoughts are, how innovative their products are, their solutions are. their end solutions are, so that is one more priority for the executive board. And apart from that, operational efficiency, this is most important thing for the executive board. For example, if you are in a manufacturing industry, so they might have a multiple manufacturing unit across US, maybe across globe. So how if they want to see the operational efficiency of each unit, maybe each LOB, they want to come and see that kind of metrics here in the BI solution. So the executive team also one of the major contributor for this BI solution. And the next user community, the business user. Okay, so the day to day, they will use this BI solution or the data visualization solution widely. If you look at, I categorized business users are into two types, two categories. There are casual business users and then power users. So who are the casual users? Just like sales representatives, marketing team heads, or marketing people, maybe any of the end user who just want to give a glance of the report, or maybe to see the report and take the decisions. So maybe to act upon as per the data or the metrics. So these are the just consumers. Maybe they will read the data and they will read the numbers within the dashboards and reports. So these are the casual business intelligence user. And apart from that, the power users. Who are the power users here? Are working with complex data sets. Okay, these are the people working with complex data sets, and they build the models and they create the reports and dashboards and publish for the entire other community within the organization. So these are the business user. And finally, we have other category also within our company, that IT team. Okay, so how these people are users for the business intelligence, what they do with it? They will provide the infrastructure. For example, if we want to implement certain solution, BA solution, we need to have infrastructure in place. Maybe some of the architecture infrastructure is should be in place. They will provide that. And security administration, of course, this is most important thing. So this is admin job. For example, if you implemented a solution and you published in the portal, but there is no security, that means there is a security breach. For example, the information the one end user supposed to see should not be visible to the other user. Maybe one department supposed to see should not be visible to the other department or LOB. So there will be a big conflict with that. So all the security aspirations and aspects will be taken care by this team. And in a way, I can say they will fill the bridge, or they will act like a bridge to fill the gap between IT teams and business teams. So in a simple word, they are the bridge to fill the gap between IT and business. These are the different four business intelligence users you will encounter in your company or any of the company. And then we will move to the next slide. So here, for example, one company wants to implement the BI solution, but how to proceed it, where to start and how to begin. So most of the people in a confusion state, that they don't know where to begin and how to begin, and which one is the right one, what is the right approach. First of all, what I mentioned here, to begin that, before going to jump in directly, we should understand the business. For example, we are into banking, we should understand thoroughly. We should into manufacturing, healthcare, or education industry. We should understand the business first, and then identify the right LOB, line of business, or particular department that need BI solution at first level. For example, we have marketing team, we have sales team, we have finance or HR team. For that matter, we have a production engineering team, or there are many teams within any organization. So it is our job is to identify who is the most advantage. Maybe we will get the most advantage with the BI solution. So we have to identify such kind of LOB here. LOB means a line of business or the department. And after that, understand the business challenges to solve. In that LOB or the department, maybe they may have 100 business challenges. Out of that, first understand each and every business challenge that can be solved with the BI and take that challenge to solve. And then plan and design the BI solution based on specific user group needs. Okay, so for example, within that group also, if you take the sales team, sales head will be there. he needs certain aspects or the metrics or KPIs in his dashboards. Maybe the lower level, maybe sales representative or the sales managers will be there. They want to see certain their team metrics or the numbers. So we need to understand the BI solution and plan the BI solution based on a specific user group needs. It is not common for everyone. That's what I want to convey. So at this level, first we need to identify the specific LOB within the company and specific user group within the company, and then as per their needs and requirements, we have to start implementing the BI solution. So that the confusion, like where to start, how to start, who is my first place to begin with, these kind of questions will be get clarified by this time. And let us move to the next slide. So as I mentioned, the business challenges. So what kind of business challenges can be solved by with data visualization? How it solved? For example, we have a lot of challenges. Out of that, maybe we will prioritize and we will take certain challenges. So how the data visualization will help to solve their challenges? Our solutions, BI or the data visualization solution, improve response times. For example, we are into a manufacturing industry. We have dispatched many of the products, okay, and our customers are using and using this each and every product. For that matter, maybe it's a car or a mobile or any kind of product. So when there is certain problem happen, they will reach us to particular service or maybe particular query. So if you have the consolidated solution or the platform, from there we can track it and trace it so quickly so that the response times will be improved. Otherwise, if you don't know how many requests that we are coming and how many customers are there, what is their regions, and what is their problem, based on the problem severity we can categorize. So based on that, we can early touch base with the customers. So if you have the data consolidated available in a graphical representative way or the visualization way, so that can be solved in that way. Greater simplicity, the data visualization or the BI allows users to get the big picture and see the details also at the same time. So what I mean, if any company they want to see the summarized data, they can see with the reports. If they want to see little detailed data, for example, for this day, what are the sale orders, maybe what are the complaints, what are the products dispatched, what is my business numbers, they want to see, they can see maybe on a particular month level or a quarter level, what is my total business, what is my budget and what is business against it, what is my forecast, what is my business actual business against it, they can see that also. So it will provide a greater simplicity, a solution where the users can come and see both the pictures, both the big picture as well as the detail level information also. So and it simplifies the data by allowing the users to interact only with relevant data also. For example, if we implement the right security and right diverting channels within the BI solution, whoever joined as per their logins and credentials, that will route it to the required data and required dashboard or required reports. So it will provide a greater simplicity solution. And the next one is easier visualization of patterns. So for example, if they see the 1,000 lines of data, they cannot understand. If we can prepare a graphical representation including charts or trend lines or heat maps, for that matter KPIs, these kind of things, they can simply log in and see the patterns and paths, and they can understand the permutations and combinations, the figures, numbers, measures, by product, by customer, maybe by region, these kind of things. So that will easier visualization of the patterns. So in that way, many problems or challenges can be solved by using the data visualization within any organization. Enhanced collaboration. So what does it mean here? So if you have a centralized BI solution, one, for example, I am the sales head, I want to see what is my sale orders, how many came, how many dispatched, so I can talk to the other department who is responsible for processing that orders or processing that products or dispatching that products, so that it can allow us giving more enhanced collaboration level. So after that, so in this way, we can prioritize the business challenges. So any of the business challenges can be solved by using a simple technique and the solution within BI and data visualization. So these are all the different examples how it can solve the any of the challenge for the customer, any organization. So I mentioned, once you build the solution in BI, so most of the people, how they plan it, right? They want to, some people will go ahead with one LOB first and then deploy, and the other department, they will implement the BI, then they will deploy, and then the next department or the line of business, they will implement, and then they will deploy the solution. But in some organization, it is not the case. They want to implement this solution at the same time, and they want to deploy at enterprise level. So with that approach, there are a lot of observations and lot of problems will arise. So some of the lessons learned for deploying analytic solution across the enterprise, but to make that success, and what are the different aspects are there and how to solve that one also we mentioned here. So what is the issues, lessons learned by deploying analytic solution at the enterprise level or across the enterprise level? The first issue is broad and access. For example, a sales team wants to see the sales data, whereas marketing team wants to see their marketing numbers, marketing data, how their paid channels are working, how their campaigns are running, how their strategies are working or not. At the same time, product engineering head wants to see how many products are coming in and going out. So what is the quality level, how many, what is the return count, so what else can be rectified or improved. So these kind of things can be required for them. So in order to suffice all these requirements, or else all the people's problem, when you deal with the solution at enterprise scale, the broaden access is required for huge data sets, the different data sets and all. And the next one is establish clear roles. This is most important, but by mistake, some of the times the implementation teams or the designers or architects will miss this thing. They will not define the roles and responsibilities. So what will happen with this? For example, I am the finance head. I have maybe a 30 members team under me who work for me. Uh, for example, if we don't have any roles and responsibilities in place or defined and available within the company, then what will the problem is? Maybe what I am supposed to see, I should see, but even my team members, my subordinates also will see the same data. Or else, in a better example, a sales head wants to see certain level of data, and a marketing team head wants to see certain level of data. But if we don't apply this kind of security principles within the solution, the data will be visible, reports will be visible to anyone in the organization. That will create a big conflict later point of time. So this kind of challenges and lesson learned also are there when we deal with the solution for enterprise level. And collaboration and communication, lot of collaboration and communication also required to build the commitment, build and culture. So what I mean here, for example, when we are implementing the solution at enterprise level, there are different teams and groups responsible for each and every function within the organization. So each and every team should support each other to make this program successful. So that collaboration and communication also missing in many of the cases that we observed. That is one lesson learned. And the next one is the education. This is most important. I will talk about this one even later slides also. Education means here, educate the users how to use it. Educate each and every LOB heads and the group members, so that they will take care their responsibility properly to make this program or the project successfully used, and so that end users will use this solution without having any trouble. Otherwise, we planned in a bigger way, build the solution for the enterprise level, and we are trying to deploy without having a proper precautions I mentioned here. So that will lead to a failure. So that's a big problem. So these are the some of the lessons learned when we deployed the analytics solution across the enterprise. Hope you also have the similar kind of observations or a similar kind of examples in your case also, some of the challenges here. And this is most important thing. Of course, we invested $1 million on a BI solution or the data visualization solution with including license cost or else maybe implementation cost or the maintenance cost or else the infrastructure cost, hosting cost altogether. But end of the day, what I observed in many of the company, they will have 2 to 3 tools in the same place. They will use Power BI, they will use Tableau, they will use Cognos, they will use business objects for that matter, Oracle intelligence. But end of the day, no one will use the any tool, so the adoption rate will be very less. So what is the challenges with the with that, and how to improve the adoption rates for your BI and data visualization also I mentioned here. So this is most important and challenging for many of the companies these days. Okay, so what I observed here with this kind of problem, so users doesn't have an idea, users doesn't have an idea what to use and how to use. For example, when we are introducing particular tool, let's say an example, Tableau solution is very good, but when you don't educate the users, they cannot use. And there are certain things, users are very senior people. Sometimes they are more habitual of using the Excel reports from the day one in their career to till now. So they are comfortable with that. All of a sudden, if you force them to use the particular solution, for that example, Tableau or anything, so they don't want to change their mind that easily. You have to educate them and make them understand what is the use if they use this solution, so that that user adoption will be increased. And I gave certain things how to improve the user adoption. Add a context to guide users. For example, categorize your applications end users not by their role but also by the type of the data they are dealing with. So most of the people, so they will treat every user is same. That is the wrong case. So every user is not same, based on their role and based on the type of data they analyze, they are different. So that we have to target end users also by giving the different formats of the data, different types of data. For some people maybe a detail level data is required. For some users they required maybe higher level or summarized data is required. We have to identify and segregate these users. Based on the users, we should add a context to guide users. And then focus training to minimize frustration. This is most important thing I can talk about. Many of the business users, they will frustrate when you force them to use particular BI solution or a data visualization solution. What is the reason behind it? They don't get enough training, but they will force to use this tool or the technology. They don't know how to use it. For example, nowadays we are calling it as self-driven, self BI, or it's user driven. User driven means user can able to do the job on their own, but they need a minimum training and that practice in place. For example, when we are giving a training to the end users, um, after the training, right, immediately we need to request them to log on and use the system after some training. Otherwise, right, they will forget. For that matter, we could even consider rolling out reporting functionality in stages to give users a chance to digest it. In what I observed in many of the implementation, we build 100 reports, we throw it on the user. So what will happen? 100 reports, he cannot digest, he cannot read and digest a single slot. For that matter, you can deliver maybe 10-15 reports in a single first phase, and maybe 20-30 reports in a second phase, or maybe next 20 reports in the third phase, so that you can understand that reports, you can churn that report, or maybe you can understand and digest it. It requires a lot of time. For that matter, we need to consider rolling out this reporting functionality in stage by stage, not at a time. So that is one more thing we can implement, so that the user adoption will increase. And the next one is familiarize the users with the BI application in multiple ways. So what I mean here, so most of the BI applications, not very familiar, users will not much familiar with them. Whenever you are introducing a particular new tool, let them familiarize with the tool first. For that matter, some of the SaaS applications like Tableau and all, they use daily email program to deliver training to new users in short and simple tips. For example, tip of the day, you have to send a tip of the day to users every time. For example, this KPI, how to build it, one time, one thing at a time, maybe in a day, so that will give a most impact on them. They will learn it one thing at a time, so that in that way they learn easily. So instead of overwhelming end users on data at one time, let them familiarize with the reports and dashboards, and we can deliver these reports functionality stage by stage, not at the same time. And these techniques will help business users come and log in and improve the adoption rates. And the next one is celebrate and showcase BI analytics wins. This is most important to educate the end users. So whenever you are an IT manager, maybe vice president for IT, you are going to implement this BI solution. You feel it's great, but end user, how they will feel that, what is it for me? So okay, this is 1 million worth of solution you implemented, but what is it for me end of the day? So what is it for me to answer? That is your responsibility. Whenever we have certain big wins, or maybe a certain important milestones we achieved through BI, it is our responsibility, being a technical expertise, or else a group head, or else a vice president of IT, or one of the solution, to celebrate that and showcase that BI wins or the analytics wins. Okay, so what does it mean? A business should continue to celebrate BA success stories and share them with users. For example, we implemented this solution for 4 or 5 departments. This was worked very well for the sales team. So what is their case study? How it went well? How this BA solution helped them in daily day-to-day life? Okay, so all these kind of things we have to explain them, so that the other department people also will understand, okay, there is a usage if we have onboarded and using this solution, so that they will start thinking that, okay, how it is useful for me, and how it is going to solve my problem. So the moment he come to that conclusion, or maybe that understanding level, the user adoption will increase automatically. Your business may use case studies for marketing purposes. For that matter, you can create an internal case study to increase the user adoption also. What I mean to here, if any organization, let's take our example, our organization, to to showcase and to send it to the outside customers, we create certain case studies. Okay, so for the marketing purposes, the similar way, we should create certain case studies for each and individual departments, how that case study will work out or benefit that department, how that case study can be implemented using the BI or the data visualization solution. So in that way, we can engage these BI users more tightly, more attractively, so that the user adoption rates will increase higher and higher day by day. Otherwise, whatever the amounts that you spend on the BI solution will be vanished, will not turn into a big good results, will not give any fruitful results. So we will spend $1 million on the solution, but end of the day, not even 5 users across your organization not using that solution, there is no use for the uh, use for it. So earlier days, maybe 10 years ago, everybody thought that BI kind of solution is the solution for the top management, like the only executive teams. No, now no more, that barriers are gone. So now everybody can use this BI, even the lower level sales rep kind of, even the mid level management for their operational excellency purpose, and the higher level management, and the top CEO level. Okay, CEO, CTO, and CIO for that matter, they also can use the reports. So in that way, we can educate the users, and then we can improve the user adoption. So with that, so we are good. I think we covered most of the challenges and most of the challenges that were identical to any of your organization, and how the BI solution can resolve that visa. And after that, when we starting the BI implementation, how to begin, so instead of going in a rush for entire organization, identify the LOB, line of business, or the department which is most getting benefit out of it, so we can start with that, so that we can measure the benefits and ROI, and the users can come and use the solution. In that way we can think. And in any organization, if you have 100 business challenges, that is our responsibility to, before starting the project. Okay, so I have 100 problems. Out of 100, what are the priority? Maybe top 10. Okay, so I want to resolve these top 10 challenges, so that it is helpful for the my LOB or the department. After that, we have seen, um, after we putting lot of efforts and money on the some solution, BI solution, why it is not so successful in any of the organization? The main reason is users, have certain barriers in their mind, that they are very comfortable with Excel sheet. It is our responsibility to educate them and make them comfort to use the BI solution, so that they will come and then join our web pages, maybe the reports they will start using, so that they will like it, they will get the fruits of it. So once the everyone started using the BI reports, the decision making will be speed, and and we can take the better decisions as a collaborative way. So that's what. And after that, we have seen, whenever we want to push the solution at enterprise level, there are couple of things we need to take care. In a rush, most of the people, without giving much importance to certain things like security or defining the roles and responsibilities, or else maybe providing the wider access to the different wide range of data sets across the enterprise. For that matter, there are different things, so all those things should be taken care. And finally, educate your end user. Education is important. Every day you need to provide certain training before you ask them and force them to use the application. And every day, as I said, you can send an email with the tip of the day. Okay, this you can implement. See this one, we built like this, you also can do this one. So in that way, users also will adopt this solution in a better way, and they will start using this solution. So let us go to the Tableau demo for today. So I will share my Tableau application and I will show you. Here, more importantly, what I'm going to show you, rather than the beautiful visualizations or the beautiful reports or maybe good color combinations, my thought process or maybe my plan is to showcase you in what manner, whenever you are preparing certain reports or the dashboards, it should carry a story, it should tell a story about your business. For example, if you take a sales business, so what is the different challenges, what is the different things, different parameters, metrics that can be showcased in day-to-day life, maybe higher management or the lower management, maybe operational level or the mid level or the sales representative level. How we can showcase that, that's what my main focus today in this demo. So I will share my Tableau application and I'll show you. So these are the some of the reports we built as a sample reports. Everywhere nowadays COVID, right? So it's creating more trouble for everyone and across the globe. And if you look at, these are the certain sample reports we built, how to analyze this COVID numbers across India for that matter. So which area, age group, which age group is getting more affected, how many females are the male cases are there, so which area is more, and so state by state we can see the numbers. Okay, so this is some sample reports we built. And if you look at, for that matter, uh, this reports also for the same thing, and including the numbers we have shown, all over India how many, and the state by state how many, so that it will give a bigger picture as well as the detail level picture also. With that, I want to go back and show the sales reports at portal itself. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, so let us see certain reports for the sales, how it look like and all. So if you look at, as I mentioned, colors are the beauty is not that important. That is also important, but that is secondary. The first thing is the functionality. You should not miss the functionality when you are dealing with the certain reports and all. The functionality in the sense, who are your end audience, end audience, how you want to target. Is it a CEO level, top management, or middle management, or a different level? And again, for example, for that matter, a sales related model or the sales related department, what kind of things they want to see, what kind of metrics they want to see. So that kind of things also we can showcase using this. So if you look at the first dashboard, we have shown geography wise. For that, for example, how my business or the sales is happening state by state. In Texas, what is my sales within the Texas? Maybe different groups are there. So this is the dashboard, and it talks about the sales numbers, what is my profit. For example, any salesperson or the management guy join this dashboard, you will see these figures very clearly. You need not to go and open 10 Excel sheets or 10 databases, or no need to talk 100 people in an organization to get these numbers. Single spot, single solution, single platform. They can simply come here and they can see this number. Okay, this is my sale amount, this is my profit, this is profit ratio, profit per order. Okay, sales per customer. Okay, per customer average, this is the sales, and average discount this much they're providing, and quantity is this much. For that matter, they want to drill down further which products are doing great and which are doing bad. So for that matter, they can go to the product dashboard. They can see, furniture side and office suppliers and technology, which group of the product or which product categories are doing very good, or which are doing very less. You can see these charts also and the numbers also, so that it will give a clear picture. So within that, furniture, office supplies and technology, consumer level or the corporate level or home office level, how the business is doing, you can check that. So for that matter, you want to drill down further how my customers are doing, uh, per region wise. For example, west side, these many customers are there, east side, these many customers, and this is the business. And if you move over your cursor on particular bar, it will give number of customers in west region 686, and the sale amount is this much, and the sales per customer is this much, quantity is this much, and profit ratio. This is customer wise, count of customers and the regions wise. At the same time, customers wise sales, what is the sales? Okay, so what is the quantity sold or purchased by the customers? Sales per customer, average sales per customer, how it is going, and the profit and profit ratio. And for that matter, you can give the ranking also to the customers based on particular business. For example, Seth Vernon, he is the first ranker, sales on the sales side, rank number one, because he did the business more among the all other customer, and this is the rank number two, Raymond Butch. So is 47.3% profit ratio for him, sales rank two, and $43,222 dollars business he made. So like that ranking also you can give. So there are a lot many advantages are there. For example, you can put the filters here and you can change quickly and see the data also. And maybe shipping side, how the shippings are happen. Of course, we got more number of orders, but how the shipping is taken care. So that is also taken care here, in this dashboard. For example, quarter 4, these are my numbers. Quarter 1, what is my numbers? If you put the filter here, it will change the data for you. Quarter 2. So quarter 2, 21% shipping on time. Okay, so quarter 1 shipping time, average shipping time is 19%. If you look at the quarter 2, 21%, 2% more time they took in quarter 2, and quarter 3, 37% shipped on time, and remaining are the miss, like that. So you can see the data and analyze by shipping also, by performance also you can see. Okay, so how it is performing year by year. If you put the filter on particular year, you can see that data. Okay, so commission model, what is the commission that for the salesperson we get, for example, salesperson, what is the commission, they get based on the sale amount or the particular goals they reached. That also we can give order details, more detail level also we can see. As I said in initial slides, we can see a higher level also, even the lower level also using this. Even you can change this bar from left to right, so that you can adjust your date filters also. And then on top of that, particular date range, you can see these numbers. Maybe if you don't want to see the all the regions, you want to see, for example, you are the central head of the sales, you can see the data which is there central. Of course, you are the east region central head, so sales head, east region sales head, you can see your data here. Maybe within that particular city how it is doing, maybe so maybe you want to see the Baltimore, you can see the Baltimore information here, even city level, category level also, you can see the data. We have three categories: furnitures and office supplies and technology. For example, if you don't want to see the first two category, you want to see only the technology, you can see this, so that level of freedom and flexibility is there with these reports. And for that matter, we can see the even different things also. I will show you. So you can see different things and techniques you can use it. Forecast also you can see. Okay, so this is my actual. What is my forecast? For example, it's a consumer actual, and this is the consumer actual and consumer estimation, that means forecast. Okay, based on the past couple of months business, I can expect this kind of graph in future. This is my forecast, and this is my actuals, and this is my estimate sales. That means it's a forecast, so lot of flexibility is there with the BI. Of course, you have to use it in a proper way, and it is our responsibility, as I said, educate our end users also, so that they will come and log in and see this data. It is comparing forecast versus actuals and all. So this is all about I planned for the demo, and let us go back for the next slide. So the next one is we are moving to the questions. If you have any questions, you can post the questions so that Rachel will read me. So over to you, Rachel, please.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that presentation, Srini, and that was very educational. I hope you all found value in that. If you have questions, please enter them in the question field, and I will read them to Srini now. So our first one that we received is, what are the primary objectives of business intelligence?
Primary objectives, right? End of the day, first of all, business intelligence is for the decision making process, but not to run the business. Okay, by looking at the reports and the dashboards or the metrics KPI, the either top management or the middle management or at any level, they can take the business decisions. Okay, when you have taken a best decision, your company will progress in a right direction. When you take the bad decision, your company will go in a wrong direction. So to at least to help you out in the decision making process, this BI will be useful. That is the main objective. And the other matter is, we have large amounts of data across scattered in different formats. We can get all the data in single place within data warehouse. On top of it, we will build this BI solution, so that BI solution is the one place for everyone or anyone. They can come and see their metrics for their individual department or LOB or their group, for that matter for the CEO CIO level, for entire organization. So it helps. The main motto for objective for the BI is to take the business decisions. It helps for the users or any kind of users within organization for taking their business decisions in better way and quickly. And there are some questions can be answered very easily by using this business intelligence. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Let's see. The next question is, what's the difference between Tableau and traditional BI tools?
It's very good question, Rachel. So thanks for asking that. Actually, Tableau and the traditional BI, so maybe if you look at 7 years down the line or 10 years down the line, there were a lot of traditional tools like Cognos, maybe Oracle Business Intelligence, or else Business Object. These kind of traditional tools were there. For that, lot of technical team help is required. Users were not able to create their reports on their own. There is no self BI is not possible. But nowadays, after introducing Tableau, self-driven BI, maybe user-driven BI. That means even the end users also can create their own reports on their own. Okay, so they need not to depend on any of the technical person that much. So that is the main advantage. The other advantage is visually it's very rich, very rich and very sophisticated technologies, Tableau visualization and all. And the outdated or else maybe the legacy applications of the reporting solutions will still, they work, they will provide certain reports, but not at that rich level, and that requires lot of technical knowledge, whereas Tableau will not require that much as the traditional tools. Okay, so any of the end user can easily use and create his own reports. It's a self BI tool, self-driven BI. But the traditional tools are like technology driven. Technical people only can do that. I hope I answer your question. Thanks.
Great. Let's see. The next question is, what is the difference between .twb and .twbx extension?
So that is like no, that's a product differentiation. Some desktop files will have that extensions. Okay, that's the product differentiation actually. So that is the kind of product it will tell you, whether it's a desktop file or whatever, what is the other file, the file formats it will describe you. Thank you. So I hope I answer your
Oh,
question. It differentiate the type of file it is. Okay, desktop file or what is the extension of it. Yeah.
okay. And the next question is, can we convert reports from other tools to Tableau, and what are the challenges with that?
Definitely, it's a very good question again. We can definitely convert the reports from other traditional tools to Tableau, and but there are some challenges also. For example, let's take an example of converting Cognos report into Tableau. There are certain functionality that is lies with Cognos may not be available with Tableau. And end of the day, both are reporting tools, but Tableau behave in a different way while you developing the model and the backend model and the reports and all. It expect in a different way, different format. Some functions may not available here, some more functions will be available here. But sometimes some customers are very particular about particular visual. Then we need to go for a customized visualization creation. That is also one more challenge. So apple to apple conversion may not be possible sometimes. So these kind of challenges will be there, and one should understand thoroughly both the tools to convert one platform to the other platform called Tableau. That's what I hope I answered your question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. The next question is, how do you create a calculated field in Tableau?
So calculated fields, right? And the calculated fields will be modeled on the desktop level itself. When you importing the data into your Tableau desktop, you have to massage certain, manipulate certain fields. For example, if it is showing all the string fields, you have to apply, change it to numeric. Maybe if it is all showing the string columns, you have to change it into date column if it is required. And if it is numeric column, for example, you have sale amount 1, sale amount 2, sale amount 3, but you want the total sale amount. So you have to derived column created within Tableau, so that the derived will column total sales equals to sale amount 1 plus sale amount 2 plus sale amount 3. So we have to take care that part at modeling level or else at your desktop level, so that later that measure can be used in any of your report or the dashboard that can be published in online, Tableau online. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Okay. And the next one is how to prioritize on reports while converting other BI tool reports to Tableau.
Correct, perfect. So for example, we might have some organization might have implemented 500 reports. For that matter, one of the very complex project we are dealing these days, it has 825 reports. But we need not to deal with all the 825 at a single shot. We have to identify and prioritize which reports should go first. Okay. And for example, for that matter, out of this 825, these 50 reports, or else these are 100 reports, or else out of these reports, who are all the departments that are consuming or used across their organization. So we need to talk to them first, what is their priority when they want it, or else we have to prioritize their business needs, and based on that, out of these whole reports, we need to convert first 50 reports and show them, is it okay, how it is looking, so is it solving your problem. So when we are converting one tool to the other tool, there must be a expectation behind it, and whether we are meeting your expectation, it is giving better results. So these kind of questions we need to ask, and then we need to take the feedback and then go to the other set of reports. In that way, it will be successful. Thank you. I hope answer your question.
Okay, and then the next question is, what is the difference between joining and blending?
So both will function in a similar way, but in terms of the technical functionality, both are different. Okay, one works in a different way, another works in a different way in internally, but at a functionality level, both are same. But in terms of the technical level within the tool, both behave in a different way. Thank you. Thanks for asking. I hope I answered
And
your
then the
question.
last, let's see. Um, Then I have a question about if this will be available on demand later. Yes, it will. We will be sending out the on-demand webinar. And then the last question we have is how can we estimate the effort for BI projects?
It's very good question. Estimations are right. There are a couple of parameters we need to take it into consideration. Okay. So what are that parameters are, for example, when you are planning for certain reports for one LOB, we have to identify how many, what are the different parameters or metrics they are looking for at this moment in phase one. So we need to come to a conclusion or the estimation how many reports can be required. How many metrics or how many reports can be required, and how many dashboards for them, are required, and what are the how many end users are there. So we have to define the roles and responsibilities so that the security aspects also will be taken care. So after we take in all these parameters, we have to give the estimations. For example, we have to take a big picture and make it into small pieces, into task level. We have to drive that big picture into task level, and then each task level we have to put certain efforts. Maybe this task may take 10 hours, this task may take 50 hours, this task may take maybe 1 hour, like that. Based on that, we have to sum up all the efforts in latter. So in that way we can able to give approximate hours. Maybe sometimes if we give 1,000 hours, it may not be right. 1,000 plus 50 hours or 1,000 minus 50 hours, that much tolerance will be there, maybe plus or minus 5% hours. In some cases, what we'll do, so for the safety side, technical teams will add maybe 20%, 30% buffer also on that time, actual efforts, because we don't know what kind of challenges or hurdles will come in the beginning. I mean, in the middle, after we start on gathering the requirements, maybe certain issues or some of the request comes in the middle. To take care all those things, 20-30% extra efforts also we give. That is how we calculate while giving the estimations. Thanks for the question. I hope I answered.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And just as a reminder, I will be sending out the on-demand webinar as soon as it is available if you weren't able to catch the entire presentation today. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us, Srini.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for joining this webinar, one and all. And thanks a lot for participating and waiting for this session all over the webinar. We respect your time. Hope this session and webinar helpful for you. Thanks a lot. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.